welcome back. I'm here with my Sifu again, and this time I have a question for you, Sifu. Could you talk a little about the difference between Lan Sau and elbow, and when to use which in what situations?
All right.
Yeah.
With regard to elbow strikes, my Sifu Morten Ibsen had a very definite opinion. He felt that most of the elbow strikes in martial arts, not just in Wing Chun, but martial arts generally, are used inappropriately at the wrong distance, because people are trying to strike with what is essentially the shortest weapon, but usually from the wrong distance, and also to the wrong targets. So he always used to tell us, and he said it with a smile, because it was meant to make us think and take it humorously, not take it seriously, in the sense that don't get all tangled up with your ego, just explore the idea. He said the most effective elbow strike in all of martial arts is this one. The elbow action that you repeat in all the basic forms. And the reason he talked about that one being the most effective, he said, was because you can't possibly miss. If someone is hanging on to you, they're close enough to get hit every time. But all other elbow strikes, like trying to come up, trying to come around, trying to go back, all of those elbow strikes are generally a lot harder to land because the distancing is usually wrong. Now with Lan Sau, what Lan Sau is used for is for trying to make space. If I'm all caught up against my opponent's body, let's say we've managed to get all tangled up and I can't quite get my hand out to punch because there's too much pressure here, and Morten can't quite get in because my arm's in the way, instead of trying to hit him with an elbow here and releasing his hands to strike me, the better idea would be to use Lan Sau to make space. By creating the space, I then get an opportunity to hit. If, however, I was in a situation where my elbow is a little bit more free, so the hand can punch, my Sifu would immediately look at this position and say, well, why do you want to elbow? You can punch him. But if I can't punch because it's all caught up, I can still hit him with a Lan Sau that becomes an elbow strike. People know it as Peterson in the second form. And what that means is, rather than going for the head because the head can move, I go for the body. Because if I attempt to hit Morten in the head, he can easily avoid that, and now I've left myself open. So in a situation where we're this close and we're all jammed up, if I want to hit him with my elbow, I'll hit him in the body. And we are holding back because it's not nice to get hit in the chest with this kind of action. This part of your arm is very strong. But that would be a more effective way to cause some damage. It's now created space. Now I go back to my preferred weapons, the longer actions. If I'm caught up on this side and I can't get this hand out, then I can try to hit with this one. Again, not using full power, because the target you can see is one that's going to cause a lot of pain. I'm probably going to hit him in the bicep or the tricep, or perhaps in the back. So if you strike in there with a lot of power, that will definitely cause pain and get a reaction. As again, opposed to the fact, if I try to go for the head, what I'm doing is allowing him to either come in and take my space, or move his head out the way and then take my position. So the only time I will use an elbow to the head is if I'm already able to control his head. And again, I stress that we don't go out to do that. If I can do that, it's a much better choice. But if I threw that punch and he moved, he gives me an opportunity to take control before he can follow up with anything else. That would be a guaranteed elbow strike, because he really can't get away from it because I'm controlling his head. But otherwise, I would never personally, and most of the members of my extended Wong Sil and Wing Chun family, would not choose an elbow to the head over a punch or a palm or a chop or some of the other hand weapons, simply because it's leaving me too exposed. But the body is always a good shot. So that's basically the difference between elbows and Lan Sau. Lan Sau has the idea, if I can make space for me, I'll move him. If he's a big giant guy and I can't move him, I'll move me. Either way, I make space. And there's more than one application for Lan Sau, but we need another 15 minutes or so. So this is the simple version of it.
Great, thanks.
Welcome.